let me ask you first. Like I said, I've outlined the numbers. It's not one or two. It is 6 MLAs of the Congress, 3 independents who were supporting this government. From 40 plus 3, 43, you came down to 34, a loss of 9 seats from morning to evening. How?
I think that's something that you should ask the MLAs who were whisked away by the CRPF and the Haryana police in a bus at the end of voting. And I think you should ask them how were they coerced to do it? How much was paid to them, or what were they threatened with? Who knows? I mean, listen, we're in a position today where every Rajya Sabha election now is open to becoming a mockery of democracy. There is one party in this country that holds more funds than all the other parties combined, and they're using it to their advantage. It's now a question of money power, even in Rajya Sabha elections. This has been the case in Lok Sabha as well. For quite a while in many states, it's been happening. But now even Rajya Sabha elections, they resort to horse trading, they resort to buying, coercing, threatening, whatever it takes.
I mean, Mohan, so you are saying that these are your MLAs who until this morning were supporting your government. You are saying they're so susceptible, they're so susceptible to whatever it is, threat or coercion or inducement, that in the space of a few hours they've decided to lock, stock and barrel, abandon you and vote for the BJP candidate.
I love how you phrase it, Zaka, as if it's so trivial. They're so susceptible to the threat of being put in jail with no condition of bail for as long as possible, like Manish Sisodia is in jail right now without his case even reaching any level of maturity that they could take it to trial. These aren't trivial matters. I can't comment on exactly what or how those MLAs were coerced, but I think the topic of discussion here really shouldn't be about why Congress couldn't convince those 6 MLAs, but rather, what do you think the BJP has done that the MLAs actually had to be taken away by the CRPF?
Ajay Alok, you heard the Chief Minister, you heard just now the Congress spokesperson. They're all making the same allegation. CRPF and state police from Haryana came, whisked away 6 Congress MLAs and 3 independents. Up until now, even after 6 hours after the election has concluded, no one knows where these MLAs are. The Congress is making the allegation that by threat of force, coercion, inducement, you've taken away these people and forced them to cross-vote.
Then what's the use of Congress being in power in Himachal Pradesh if the government itself can be coerced by threat of power and position and by the threat of CRPF and whatever? This is the problem with the Congress. They don't realize that there is an intrinsic weakness in their leadership. Intrinsic weakness, I repeat. Because when the Chief Minister Sukhu wanted Mrs. Sonia Gandhi to contest from Himachal, because he was very clear that MLAs won't be together and there will be defections. So he wanted Sonia Gandhi to contest from Himachal so that the Congress can remain united. But the leadership failed to take challenge. She instead chose Rajasthan. When the leader does not accept challenge, when the leader does not take the thorns by its hands, then this thing always happens. They are scared of taking challenges. They do not talk of their intrinsic weakness, and their house is being ruined and they are blaming us. Your MLA, you are in power, sir, there. You are in power. This must be entered in the Guinness Book of World Record. That party in power is losing its MLAs. This has never happened ever in India. It's happening with you. Why? Because you don't have an apt leadership either at the state level or at the center. Center, the whole country knows that what kind of a leadership you have. But with the Sukhu being as a chief minister, those days are gone in the 80 eras when any family picked chief minister used to rule the state. No.
No, but Dr. Alok, please respond to what the Congress is saying. One second. From Goa to Madhya Pradesh to Meghalaya, they are citing instance after instance where BJP, the opposition is claiming, usurped the people's mandate from the opposition, from the Congress, and by hook or crook, you have gone on to form government. So if you can do that for state governments, what is one Rajya Sabha seat?
It's not a matter of one Rajya Sabha seat or we have taken some state government. Again, it was the intrinsic weakness of the leadership. Why it doesn't happen with BJP? Today, one of our MLA cross-voted, which was supposedly cross-voted. We are checking the facts in Karnataka. We are going to take strict actions against them. Now, what will they do? If their 9 MLAs are absconding and they are not able to locate their 9 MLAs, are they going to suspend those 9 MLAs? Then their government is going to fall on itself.
Yeah.
This is the problem with the Congress. The intrinsic weakness of the leadership is we cannot be blamed for that. The Congress debacle for the last 10 years, we are not supposed to be blamed for that. We are happy for that. We want them to go further down. We are opposition. इनकी विपत्ति हमारी संपत्ति है. Why do they expect favor from us? Their house is burning and they are expecting Prime Minister and the BJP to get a fire brigade.
Listen, we don't expect any
politics they are into. Congress is becoming NGO, I know.
Okay.
But this kind of NGO I never imagined.
Hello.
Okay, Mohan,
Please
quick
try and
response and then I need to go to the other two
And
guests
why did
also.
Sonia Gandhi refuse to contest from
Okay.
Himachal?
Mohan, yeah.
Let him.
Mohan,
So basically what he's saying is it's the wild, wild west. The democracy doesn't matter. Our constitution doesn't matter. Rule of law doesn't matter. If they're able to buy, coerce, threaten any MLA of the Congress party, because they're in power in the center, they have ED, CBI, IT at their beck and call, they will do it. Because it's a sign of weakness that we are actually following constitutional norms. We're not trying to buy their MLAs, even though we're in power in Himachal. We're putting up the number of candidates that they're supposed to be. We are not going and trying to ask them to cross vote from the other side. This is all a sign of weakness. You follow the constitution, you respect democracy. That to the BJP spokesperson, to the BJP party as a whole, the sign of weakness.
let me go to Let me go to Smita Prakash and then after that to Rajiv.
Jaka, just one line.
Yeah. Okay,
Just
one line.
one
10
line.
seconds. The other two
Jaka,
guests are
one
waiting
line.
patiently. Yeah.
Just-
10 seconds, please.
I would like your viewers to know that who is Harsh Mahajan. Harsh Mahajan was the closest aide of Veerbhadra Singh, the Chief Minister of Congress. All those MLAs who have deserted them, who are they? They were all closest aide of Veerbhadra Singh. You never managed to put your house in order. Now you are blaming us and you are just talking of democracy and all this blah blah. Congress and democracy.
Oh yes, democracy.
forget
Okay,
Yes,
yes,
all right.
for you
I'm
it
going
is
to pull
blah,
away
blah.
from the
Weakness.
political
Very well
spokespersons.
put.
Let me
Very well
go to
leadership.
Smita,
Very
please.
well
Yeah,
put.
let me go to
Democracy
Smita
for you
Prakash.
is
Smita
blah,
Prakash,
blah.
the problem is, it's not just about this one Rajya Sabha seat. Now, if these 6 plus 3, 9 MLAs do not come back and pledge their allegiance or support to the Congress government of Mr. Sukhwinder Sukhu, the problem is this is the budget session. The budget of finance bill has to be brought forth. I was told the initial plan was to bring it tomorrow. But given this state of numbers, there is no way the finance bill will pass, which means if the finance bill fails, the government falls.
Correct. It's not just the anxiety of losing an election where Abhishek Manu Singhvi has lost his Rajya Sabha nomination. It is the high anxiety which must be there that they're going to lose the only government in North India that they have, because they don't have a number. The numbers are now, the government is in jeopardy. So, it's something which is like very bad planning, and the signs were there for all to see. The very fact that Mr. Sukhu had been brought in as chief minister, that itself was a precarious career. If you remember when he was brought in as chief minister, that itself, there was Pratibha ji who was not happy. Her son was not happy. After that, you saw him in Ayodhya. You saw the signs that were coming up. The MLAs were disgruntled. There was this talk that let's bring Sonia Gandhi in to stand for election from here. Maybe, she'll be able to placate, give importance to the only government which they have in power. But nobody seems to see the sign, because you know why? The energy is all diverted towards the yatra. In their good sense prevailed over their leadership, where they thought a yatra at this time, barely a few weeks before election or a few months before election, is a sensible thing. I'm sure there will be some stock taking that Mr. Gandhi is doing sitting in Cambridge right now, wondering what has happened, right? So it's and this talk, you're running Mr. Singhvi's press conference. Here he turned around and in being very naive in politics here, and he's been there for a long time, he turns around and he says, yesterday they had dinner with me, today they had breakfast with me, why have they done this? And that's not it. Just because somebody is breaking bread with you doesn't mean that they are dissatisfied with the condition that the party is in. They were not happy, and the sign should have been there with Mr. Sukhu sitting there silently while Mr. Singhvi is taking the fall for what has happened. So, I just don't see where, and to say that, the good old days of yesteryears were wonderful, and where, if a youngster says that, it is different. Mr. Kumaramangalam has seen it, you have seen it, I have seen it, we've seen cash for votes happening in parliament. We've seen, who is Farooq Abdullah? Government dismissed. NTR, government dismissed. MGR, government dismissed. By which party? So, let's not talk about, the good old days. No, this malaise has been there for years and years.
Really,
Should
Smita,
have been
this
changed,
Smita,
must
was
be
there cross
changed
voting in
now.
Rajya Sabha?